You're not going to want to miss the upgrade that I just made to my 4Runner. Before we get started, I want to thank Auxito for sending me out these 4 X-Plore1 7-inch pod lights. This is the first release out of this new X-Plore1 series. These lights showed up just in time. I just got done installing this front bumper from Ascent Fabrication, and these lights pair perfectly with it. Something unique about these lights is the fact that beyond just the spots, they also have 2 other features: a white DRL like you see here, or an amber DRL. And let me tell you, the actual spots on these are insane. For a pair of these lights, it'll cost you about $500. Right now, they're running some really good sales on their website, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll share with you how you can save an additional 15% on a set of your own. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the full installation of these 4 lights, as well as all the wiring that I did to make this thing work for my 4Runner setup. All right, I'm excited to get these lights installed, but before I do that, I just wanted to take some time and go through what's included. Obviously, you get 2 of these lights per kit. So in each box, you get 2 lights. I am going to be installing 4 lights on the front of my bumper though, so I needed 2 separate kits for that. But in addition to the lights, you get everything you need to wire these up. So you don't have to purchase anything additional unless you're doing a custom job on the wiring. You do get this pretty robust wiring harness. This hooks directly into your lights. It runs to a relay that's included here, all pre-wired, and from that relay you have your power wire that comes off and your ground going into your battery, which also includes additional fuse protection. So it has an inline fuse, and then again from that relay you can use their provided switch. Run this through your firewall onto your dash if that's what you want to do. I'm not going to be using this switch. I'm going to be running all 4 of these lights off my Garmin PowerSwitch, and I'm actually going to be tying the switch wires coming off the relay together so I can control all 4 of these lights off of one of my switches on the Garmin PowerSwitch. Another great feature of these lights, they have both a white DRL and an amber backlight DRL. In order to unlock that feature, you're going to need to use this included harness for each light. So you get 2 of them per light, 4 total for my setup. And this basically plugs into the back of the light, and then you take your harness, plug that in, and now you have 2 additional power wires coming off here, a yellow and a white. I'm assuming, I haven't looked at this in great detail yet, but it would make sense that the white power is for the white DRL and the yellow wire is for the amber. So that's going to be a great feature. I'm going to tie the amber lights into the rest of my amber lights on the 4Runner. I have both fog and ditch lights that have amber backlights, so that's just going to tie that look together really nicely. And then the white DRLs, I'll just hook that right into the Garmin PowerSwitch so I can control those separately. In terms of output, Auxbeam says that these put out around 9,000 lumens of light. So for the 4 lights, that's going to be a total of around 36,000 lumens. They break up that light in 2 ways. They have the primary spot in the center, and then they have these 3 lights that'll just light up the road around you. So this one's the one that reaches way out there. They claim around 550 yards that's going to reach out of usable light. And then these other 3 lights will just do a great job of kind of flooding the area right in front of you. So I'm not going to have any problem seeing the trail. As far as how much power these use, each light uses about 115 watts, which on a 12-volt system breaks down to about 9.6 amps. So if I add that up, I get about 38 amps, and that's too much to power all 4 of these lights directly through my Garmin PowerSwitch. So that's the beauty of the relays, is all my Garmin PowerSwitch has to do is turn the relays off and on. All the power to the lights is coming directly from the battery. Overall, these lights feel really solid. So next step, we're going to get these things mounted onto the bumper. Then we're going to get that new bumper mounted onto the 4Runner, wire everything up, and then we'll take a closer look at how these things perform once they're installed. All right, before we get into the installation, I just wanted to walk through what those pod lights are all going to be replacing on the 4Runner. Currently have the C4 low pro bumper. This thing's getting taken off tomorrow, replaced with the Ascend fabrication bumper. So no more light bar. I'm going to have plenty of light up front with those pod lights. The Raptor lights, they look nice, but they really serve no functional purpose. So I'm going to be taking those off, especially since the pod lights are going to have amber backlights anyways. It just would get too busy up front. So those have got to go. On top of the vehicle, I'm going to be running a longer rooftop tent this summer. I need all of that space on the roof rack. It interferes with those pod lights up there, so those are coming off. Also, from a functionality standpoint, those pod lights really illuminate the hood when I turn on the high beams. So it kind of takes away from my visibility as I'm looking down the trail when my hood is so bright. So if I can mount them back just a little bit further, I would be able to take advantage of them a little bit more. But currently they look great when I just have the amber lights on. They're a little bit more for show at this point. The nice thing with these pod lights is the amber backlight. I'm going to tie them into the same switch as what I have my ditch lights on and my fog lights. So that'll just kind of seamlessly bring that whole system together and just create a nice cohesive look. So I'm really simplifying my overall lighting system on the entire vehicle. Really relying on those 4 upfront pod lights to do a lot of heavy lifting.
I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have yet to mount the bumper to the truck. This will make the install of the lights a lot easier. It's almost like these lights were built specifically for this bumper, and they integrate perfectly into the grille. With everything properly installed, it's time to now start thinking about how I'm going to wire all this. I wanted to take some time to prep a few harnesses indoors. For this setup, I'm using a combination of waterproof connectors, 16 gauge wire, heat shrink, wire loom, and a few basic tools to get the job done. I'll have links to all this down in the description if you want to replicate something similar. Since I'm running both the white and amber backlights through the Garmin and tying the amber into my existing lighting, I wanted to come up with a setup that's clean, weatherproof, and easy to service. So I spent a little time thinking through how I wanted to wire everything before just jumping into it. For the amber backlights, I built a 4-to-1 splitter harness using these 1-pin waterproof connectors. That allows all 4 lights to plug into a single harness, and then I only have to run 1 output wire that ties into the rest of the amber lighting on the truck. It keeps things really clean, and if I ever need to remove a light or troubleshoot something, everything just unplugs. I did the exact same thing for the white DRLs. So again, all 4 lights plug into a single splitter harness, and then I've got 1 clean run going to the Garmin PowerSwitch. It just simplifies the wiring and keeps everything organized. Once I had all the harnesses I needed, I went ahead and added wire loom to the provided DRL wiring. Between that, the heat shrink, and the waterproof connectors, everything should hold up really well to the elements.
I decided to move this project indoor today. We're expecting a pretty big snowstorm and I really wanted to get all of these lights wired up. So I just wanted to quickly walk through how I'm going to wire everything up. And you already saw that I finished all the wiring harnesses, but just starting from the lights, like you saw, the included wiring harness, it allows me to split off so I can get that amber and white backlight. And then you saw that I made all the different harnesses to branch off of these. Like those harnesses that I built, I also just ran those lengths of cable for the white. This will run from right up here on the front of the vehicle all the way around to the Garmin PowerSwitch. I just simply color coded these white as well. So once it gets to the Garmin PowerSwitch, I know exactly, just by looking at the wires, what those are for. So I made 2 of these harnesses, pretty simple, just a simple ring connector on the end of that as well. But with that, it's time to get everything installed.
I start off by installing the provided wiring harness with the included relays. Since I'm controlling everything through the Garmin, I'm not using the switches that come with the harness. So on both of the included harnesses, I went ahead and cut off the factory switches. From there, I tapped into the blue trigger wire coming off the relay, extended it with some 16 gauge wire, and sealed that connection up with some heat shrink. The other wires that originally went to the switch aren't needed in this setup, so I just capped those off with some heat shrink to keep everything protected. Then I added a small ring terminals to each of the trigger wires and ran those into the Garmin PowerSwitch. Both harnesses are tied into the same switch, so when I hit a single button on the Garmin, it triggers both relays and powers all 4 lights at once. At this point, the rest of the setup is pretty straightforward since all the harnesses are already built. From here, it's just a matter of running the wires, plugging everything in, and getting it all connected on the truck. As I went, I made sure to keep everything really organized, taking the time to route wires cleanly and zip tie everything into place. By the end of it, there are definitely a lot of connections going on, but the way this is set up keeps everything clean, organized, and easy to access if I ever need to troubleshoot or remove a light down the road. It took a little time up front, but it made a big difference in the end.
Well, I just finished the installation. Everything worked out great. All the harnesses I built made this job pretty easy. I had a lot of wire that needed cleaning up, so I had to really get creative with the zip ties, but everything is organized under the hood. The thing I like about the way I set it up is everything is on a waterproof connection. So if I need to replace this light, I can just disconnect that one light, both the amber, the white, and the spot, and I can tie into things like my ditch lights or my fog lights with the amber, or if I add anything else to the truck in the future, I've made it so I can quickly integrate into one of those harnesses. So I just think this looks pretty amazing with the amber or the white option. And then the spots, you're not gonna be able to see on camera because it's just gonna blind us, but man, they kick out some light. I can't wait to get these out in the dark and see how they perform.
Now that everything's installed, this is my first real look at the lights out here on the truck. I just loved how they turn out. The white DRLs has a really clean look, and the amber ties in perfectly with the rest of the lighting on the truck. And overall, they just feel really solid. These are rated IP67 and IP69K, so they're fully sealed up and built for real off-road conditions. Once you step up to the main lights, that's where things really start to get crazy. The first couple times I turned them on, I honestly just laughed. The amount of light they put out is ridiculous. It's like having the power of the sun mounted to the front of my truck. And because they're mounted on the bumper and not on my roof, there's no hood glare, no reflection at all, Just clean, usable light exactly where I need it. You definitely get the distance down the trail, but also enough width to really see what's around you. If you're interested in these lights, I've got a link and discount code down in the description, along with links to the wiring setup and the Ascent fabrication bumper. I want to thank Auxito for sending these lights out for this install. If you like this video or you're into overlanding builds like this, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.